Could you hand me my drink? I'm so sorry. Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
This episode sponsored by nobody.
Blue Chew. Just kidding. No, I wish.
I refuse to give any brand free advertisement. Well, hola, buenas tardes. Jonathan, also known as Latinos Against Spooky Shit here, with my best bud.
Oh, shit.
Forgot his name.
No, I just spaced out for a second.
I saw you disassociate in real time.
And it's Kellen. Yeah, like, I freaking...
You glazed over.
I'm not... Don't even cut this. That's awesome.
No, this is staying in. This is 100% staying in.
Yeah, it's me. It's Kellen. What's up, guys?
And today, we're going to be talking about a Mexican serial killer. We're going to be changing it up a little bit, and we're going to go to my roots, and we're going to be talking about...
It's you.
This is my confession tape. Yeah, if you're listening to this, you're no longer listening to the podcast. This is now the documentary they made of my killing spree. I ramped up around 2019. But no, we're going to be talking about Juana Barraza, perdón. Otherwise known...
Translation?
Joanna Barraza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd have to...
You just thought our names meant something?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't. Not all of them. Oh my god, Meatloaf. There's a cat next to me. That's very sweet. But no, she was known as La Mataviejitas. I'm going to teach you this one.
Okay.
This one's a fun one. The first one's easy. La.
La.
I'm going to break the other one down into parts. Mata.
La Mata.
Okay. Vie.
La Mataviejitas.
Hitas.
La Mataviejitas.
That's fucking awesome, dude. That was good. It unfortunately means the old
me
lady
over
killer.
here. I actually know all of the Spanish.
Imagine if you played the long
bit.
con and you're fluent this entire
You've
time.
known me for almost 5 years.
Almost half a decade. And you're fluent in... God, I'd be equal parts mad and so proud of you. I'd be like, wait, is that why my family likes you?
These dumbasses don't even know that I speak Spanish.
We've never bothered to ask if you speak Spanish, so we've just assumed you don't. Is that racist? Are we racist? Oh, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, unfortunately, La Mataviejitas means the old lady killer because Juana Barraza. Yeah, it's not a cute nickname. She became known.
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Old lady, cute. Killer,
Put them together.
But some people out there do think killers are cute, hot.
I don't get the concept of...
It's a mental disorder.
Fuck. Well, we just lost 30% of our base right there.
No, it is. It's an actual, like, phobia. Not like phobia, but...
No, it's a kink.
Yeah.
The opposite of a phobia
Whatever.
is a boner.
But it has a name for it. That's my point.
Yeah. We're not going to cut it out. I'm going to cut this part out while we look.
Fuck. How do you pronounce that? Hybristophilia?
Alexis, Texas. Oh. Oh my God. Hybristophilia.
Yeah.
Hybristophilia.
But that's like sexual interest and attraction in people that commit crimes.
Oh, going back to that real quick. Juana Barraza, it was responsible for at least 16 deaths, all elderly women.
It's a big number.
So it's a pretty big number. I think anything above 1 is kind of a big number when it comes to killing.
Yeah.
You know, even, 0 I can understand, but 1, yeah.
I don't know,
But
0 seems normal.
0 seems, normal for most people.
Above average.
It seems a little average.
-1 is
Negative
about
1.
average.
Mad. What? Yeah, so she's interesting because she wore a couple different faces when it came to how she did things. She pretended to be a social worker.
Oh, okay.
She was a professional. Yeah, not their actual faces. This is how I drop her modus operandi. Her MO.
And then I was like, wait. In my head, I'm like, no, just wait a
Let him
second.
finish. Wait, let him cook. She was a professional wrestler, una luchadora, which is so interesting to me. Just because I love wrestling.
Sidebar: WWE is It fucking slaps.
I'm telling you, dude.
I love it.
If I can get us tickets to WrestleMania, I will.
That'd be amazing.
Like 100%.
I love wrestling.
Wrestling's so good. I'll watch it still. I'll watch the highlights more than anything.
Yeah, I watched the highlight. Yeah. I was at work when they did the last one. I didn't get to watch it.
What was the last one? Survivor game? No, Survivor.
It was just this last summer, wasn't it?
I don't remember what their last pay-per-view is. They had a couple. But hey, WWE. Hey, shout out to a few of y'all that I'm friends with. Both WWE and AEW wrestlers. Y'all are fucking dope.
Wait, who are you friends with?
I don't want to name drop.
Is it Randy Savage?
No. First of all, it'd be really hard to do it with Randy Savage when he's, no longer with us.
Says you.
He snapped into the power of Slim Jim. He's
snapping into the power of Slim Jim.
Oh, I got you for 3 minutes.
I love that.
Yeah, no, so we're going to be talking about kind of what led Juana to commit these brutal crimes, kind of go through her complex background, the twisted psychology of, what is considered to be one of the most terrifying killing sprees in Mexico. So we're going to take a quick, brief dive into the myth, the legend, the lady killer, the old lady killer. But before she was known as La Mataviejitas, the old lady killer, of course, as is unfortunately common, she had a very tragic and abusive past. So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's with every serial killer.
Because you were mentioning the
like with
triple McDonald's? The
McDonald triangle.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. McDonald's triangle. Sorry, I was thinking of food. I'm hungry. The McDonald's triangle. Because it's
bedwetting,
traumatic bedwetting, traumatic head injury,
killing of animals, and setting fires.
Is arson one of them?
Yeah, those are the 3 signs as a child that you might have a problem.
Oh, got it.
And then the head injury is like super common with most serial killers.
Sure. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not to make light of traumatic head injuries because they're serious. If you've hurt yourself, please get to self-check and get yourself medical attention. But I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. Just bear with me for a second. Dragon Ball, when Goku lands on Earth, they're innately evil, supposedly. But when he gets found, his grandpa accidentally drops him on his head as a baby, and then he's super nice from then on out. And so the concept that head trauma changes a person is don't be a Goku. Get your head checked. Oh fuck, people are like, I want to be Goku. Wham.
I don't like Dragon Ball.
Juana Barraza, she was born in, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounce that, Epazoyucan, Hidalgo. Epazoyucan, Hidalgo, which is a rural area north of Mexico City.
Rural.
Rural?
I laugh at that word.
Rural. It's so dumb. So her mom, Justa Samperio, was her name. She was an alcoholic. And
I can already see where this is going.
Oh, you think so? She would trade Juana, her daughter, for 3 beers to a man who would abuse her. So as you can see right off the bat, I mean, Juana's childhood kind of set her up for failure.
Yeah.
And a big thing too, especially nowadays. Well, not so much nowadays, I should say. Pero mental illness, and this can be kind of a taboo subject. I fully believe in therapy. I recommend everybody gets therapy, just to address life and, your mental well-being. But in Mexico and in Mexican culture, there's a big stigma with mental health.
Yeah.
Like even more so than you would think here in the States. I would say within
it's like that in the military too.
Is it really?
Huge stigma. Yeah. Like you see a therapist, you're gonna get kicked out, kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
That's rough. But they get you help afterwards. Well, at that point, okay, or not.
I don't know.
The face, you're like, I don't know.
It's I don't know. The VA is not really responsive most of the time.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, Well, Juana had no help. Like, there was no school counselor. Like, nothing was done about the abuse, and it went on for a while. But this kind of early trauma, especially with her mother's abandonment, it really shaped Juana's views of the world that she lived in. She harbored a lot of resentment and anger toward women, especially older women, given what she's known for. Yeah. And so a lot of people speculate, and a lot of professionals speculate, that that's clearly where her targeting came from, just that older abuse. But she had a very interesting and complex relationship with her mom. But for Juana, she viewed any maternal figure as a mother. And people speculate that she literally only made friends with older women just to have someone to project her anger onto.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, makes sense later on. But it's believed to have been a central motivator for all her actions and everything with her ramp-ups and her killings. But she tried to lead a normal life. She became a professional wrestler, which is a normal life in Mexico. You're either a
professional wrestler.
You're either a doctor or a professional wrestler, or you sell food, or you have a store. That's the only four professions that exist. Food, dude. I could go for some tacos right now. I don't remember how I was holding my mic, but it was so comfortable.
Scoot back.
Was I scooted back? Oh, and look. God, I love you so much right now. It's hilarious.
Did we get out of her childhood?
We did. Yeah, I started talking into her adult life. So the majority of her childhood was the trauma of being sold and traded for 3 beers.
That's a lot of money in Mexico, though, right?
I hate you.
Oh, shit.
So Juana Barraza, bad childhood, trauma with her mom, starts deflecting this anger towards older women in her life. Now, before she turned to the killings, she was a professional wrestler under the name La Dama de Silencio. Let's try that.
And what year was this?
This was...
trying to see if it was progressive or not.
That's a very good question. I can't believe I don't have the years on this one. So these crimes spanned from 98 to 06.
Oh, so that's
so this is
in our lifetime.
Oh yeah, no, this was recent within our lifetime. I know usually when we talk about serial killers, it's like, oh, this was the 50s or the 60s, but there's a few within the last 2 decades.
The time to be a serial killer.
The economy was great; it was booming. It was just a good time to be a cis white male. Look, I'm just saying, if you look historically speaking.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying it at all.
But hey, I guess you guys had to lead the charge in something, We have football.
Whites are the worst.
What?
It's just how it goes.
It's just, it is what it is. Oh, I never got you to say it. La Dama de Silencio.
La Dama de Silencio.
Yeah, of course you'd get that. You like Harry Potter. Silencio.
Oh.
I think that's a spell. I don't even know.
I don't think so.
No, whatever. It should be. But wrestling for her was kind of an outlet. It was a way for her to have a strong, assertive persona, something that she seemed to lack greatly in her personal life. Just because,
Well, she got to take her anger out on people.
Right. And because of how she grew up, her self-worth was, garbage, really. Being sold for 3 beers. Yeah, that's right. Not even like a half a six-pack. Can I get half of a half a dozen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that math adding up? I got stuck on the math. Half of a half dozen. Yeah.
Half of a half dozen is 3.
Yeah, and she had 3 beers. Okay, cool. So with her wrestling, the masked identity, wrestling. Because luchadores, a lot of them, not every one of them, but a lot of luchadores have the mask. Yeah, the luchador mask. And so,
You have one, don't you?
I only use it for the special occasions.
It's hanging up in your closet.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man.
Anytime I see a lawn that needs mowed or drywall that needs doing,
Shit.
I become your friendly neighborhood Mexican. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I am the last of the Mexicans.
I am the last of the Mexica. Yeah, but she had this double life, that was kind of mirrored by her masked identity in the ring. And it's crazy how much she transformed when she was a professional wrestler to when she was a killer. Just regarding her presentation and the way that she... Truly, it was kind of a split personality thing with her. Not medically, but just how she could switch from crowd-pleasing, funny, or not funny, but engaging and charismatic wrestling persona to just methodical killer.
How'd she... I'm sure you'll... Never mind, you'll get into it.
How she did it?
Ask how she killed him.
Yeah. She played the long game. She would... Well, we'll see. But Juana Barraza... And again, she didn't just kill anybody. Her victims specifically were elderly women, specifically who lived alone. And, I mean, they were usually 60 and older. So she had a type. They were often isolated and lived alone. A lot of them were very trusting of her because Juana would pose as a social worker, or she would come in offering, like, welfare assistance.
Oh, okay.
So this is what I meant earlier when I said she'd wear many masks.
She was like...
Yeah, she wouldn't
She's
scout...
like a con man.
Yeah. And a lot of experts believe that her deep resentment towards her mom, of course, made elderly women kind of the target. And she would see them as old and weak and easy targets for her anger. And she viewed them as, like, symbolic of her own mom. It was a way for her to kind of take charge of her trauma, in a way. Mm-hmm. Most people talk about it with a therapist. A lot of them, like, write a little diary. She would kill old women.
Yeah.
It's kind of her MO. But her methodology, she powerbombed them through a table. She'd win a championship. No, she would bludgeon them or strangle them.
Oh, well, I thought when you said play the long game, like she invested in their time and stuff.
She would. So a lot of them...
Or she'd be like, oh, I'm your new nurse, and then, like, slowly kill them.
So, no, she would straight up gain their trust enough to, like, be able to go in and out of their house. Or enough for, like, people in the neighborhood to not be like, oh, this strange lady showed up and then was never seen again, and then she died. That's weird.
Yeah.
She'd earn their trust enough to where she'd be invited in. She'd come back a few times, present herself as somebody trying to help them. And then after it became kind of a routine, she would strike. So they think that she enjoyed the thrill of the hunt, the thrill of earning their trust and then betraying them.
That's like Gary Ridgway. That's what he liked.
Right.
Yeah.
It's part of the game for them, right? But she'd bludgeon them or strangle them. And after she killed her victims, she would then rob them. It was very consistent. Bludgeon, strangle, one of the two. And it suggests that she carefully planned her attacks, which is, again, why the thought, okay, she's gaining their trust, going into the house, she knows exactly where she's going, what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's been here. She would often pose as, like I said, a social worker or some sort of government official, and then just lie her through her teeth. Sometimes
Did she do it for money? Or did she like steal shit too? Or?
She would rob them after she killed them, and which is again how they knew that it was somebody who knew them well, because the house didn't look like it was ransacked.
Yeah, it didn't look torn apart.
It didn't look torn apart. Like, obviously it looked like somebody had gone through things, but it looked very methodical as far as like where they went, what they grabbed. But so there was a little bit of confusion though during the investigation. So this happened after the second murder, and I believe they were a couple months apart.
Okay.
So there was kind of a slow build up to her ramp. But
yeah, that was a pretty big burrito. I've never seen one from Qdoba.
It was fucking massive. I didn't think it was going to be that big.
Yeah, that's
Holy
crazy.
Shit. Hey, Qdoba, shout out. But Yeah, so the investigation wasn't straightforward. There was a lot of early confusion at the beginning and some odd coincidences that completely threw off the investigation. And it's just one of those things where when you look back at it now, if you didn't know the end result of it, you'd be like, oh shit, that has to be connected somehow. How does this tie into it? But there were a few missteps. Initially, they refused to say that it was a serial killer. They really didn't want to claim that Mexico City had a serial killer rolling around.
Yeah, I don't know if police departments are ever really like admitting that kind of thing.
I know, but why wouldn't you though? For public safety more than anything, just be like, hey, be on the lookout.
Not all cops, but a lot of cops are very incompetent.
God, I have so many opinions about that.
I'm just saying that. I'm just gonna throw that out there. That's my opinion.
It's personally.
When I've read through quite a few investigations when it comes to like some of the cases we'll cover later.
It seems like
on.
the first couple months of any investigation, things get mishandled completely.
Yeah, or like, I mean, future episode John Bonet, the way that investigation was handled was insanely botched.
Really?
It was horrible. Yeah, one of the worst investigations I've ever read.
There's a couple other serial killers that I'm looking at in Mexico, and likewise the first initial.
Well, cool. It's not just the United States thing.
Yeah. No. No, well, when you only have like, how long is police academy? No offense to any policeman, but at the same time, like, really?
12 weeks,
Yeah, 12 weeks.
something like that.
That's crazy. That's wild,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy that in the movie they got through it in an hour and a half. I love Police Academy.
It's just like
Yeah, right.
like on fast forward.
So a lot of these cases, when they kept popping up, they just kind of dismissed them as isolated incidents. So they're like, oh, there's no way these are related. Whatever. Like, some old lady got bludgeoned to death. Who cares? Like, it happens all the time. They try to tie these two cases together that had nothing to do with each other, which is a lot of the right.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I know who we can blame. This marginalized community in Mexico.
Yeah.
And people are like, what the fuck? Like, this doesn't make sense. But part of it was because they were trying to pin the blame on anything other than a serial killer. Like, they were so dead set on not creating public panic, which I get.
I mean, I understand, but I think when when you start to think that it is a serial killer, it needs to be announced that you have a potential serial killer. You can't just be like, oh yeah, we've had like 5 bodies found in the same spot for 5 months.
It's weird. Yeah, people must be tripping on the same thing and hitting their head on the same
I don't know why they're naked. Don't ask
right?
me.
No, the fact that there was a carving on their chest, they were born, it was a birth defect. They were born that way.
They were born that way.
Yeah.
Wild party claiming lives over 5 months.
Yeah, no, and even when they had clear evidence stating and showing that this was a serial killer,
Yeah.
the police was like, nah, the media's just, they're what do they call it? They are what's the word that I'm looking for?
Sandbagging?
Not
No,
sandbagging.
not sandbagging.
Sensationalizing.
Gaslighting.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just the media. They want the attention. They want the audience, or the public's opinion. But
I'll give them that.
the media does listen.
Don't trust
Bad
the
news
media.
sells.
Yeah.
Like that's the shitty part of it, right? But one of the biggest things that threw off the investigation at the beginning is the boy in a red waistcoat.
Did he have a name?
He does have a name, actually.
You just read it and it's boy in a red waistcoat, but in Spanish.
Niño en una chamarra roja. El niño de la mochila azul. Shout out. But it was an odd coincidence that rose up when several of the victims were found to have prints of Jean-Baptiste Grouet's painting of Boy in a Red Waistcoat. So it just happened that a couple of these victims, I think it was about half of them, happened to have the same painting.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, it just became an eerie connection that the cops and detectives were like, that's got to be something. What are the odds that women that have nothing to do with each other happen to have the same painting? Not to make it sound French. So they attributed that to the killings. They're like, oh, she's gotta have something against the painting, the artist, or the people buying it, or whatever. Like, this is our big break. It was not their big break. It had nothing to fucking do.
But that'd be wild if it had something to do with the painting. Like if her mom had that painting and she just fucking hated that painting.
Right, like a trauma thing, like it was hanging
That'd
in her
be
room
crazy,
whenever she
though.
did.
Like you're just killing people over a painting.
It.
You have that same one, my fucking mom, dude.
Yeah,
God damn
crazy.
it.
About to beat the shit out of you now.
Yeah. Huh, crazy. Here's this claw hammer.
Crazy. You ever heard of a pile driver? So the breakthrough, though, for all this didn't come until January of 2006.
What day in January? Need to know if it's on my birthday.
It was not on our birthday. I know that much. It was not on our birthday.
I don't. Hang on. Break the fourth wall for a sec, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan and I have the same birthday. So
not the same
that.
year.
No,
but
not
same
the
month and
year.
day, which is crazy. But so funny when I found that out. I was like, interesting. I think I only found out because
type.
it's a but not during our birthday. So about
Shame.
15, 16 years later,
Yeah.
right? Or not even 8 years later. Sorry. Juana was caught fleeing the scene of her latest victim's murder. She was carrying a stethoscope, pension forms, and an ID card identifying her as a social worker. And everybody in Mexico was surprised because they're like, oh shit, it's a woman killer. Like they weren't expecting a woman to be a serial killer.
Not a lot of them do.
I don't think
It's honestly, I think it's kind of wild that she was so brutal with her murders, because I feel like women usually, they poison.
it's
They're
like
more
the slow
sly.
game.
Yeah, they're more sly about it.
But again, that's why she went after elderly women, because she knew she could overpower them if things got physical. If things got to the point of having to fight versus just killing somebody inhumanely, she had a fighting chance. Where if she tried to go after men, well then, like that might not end well.
Unless you're Eileen Warnos. We'll talk about her.
Yeah. Okay. But no, that's why it threw the investigators off at the beginning, because any time that they would get a description of the killer, they described masculine features. But she was a wrestler. She was kind of had a bigger build.
She probably had some muscle on her.
She had some muscle on her. So that's what kind of held up the first couple of years of the investigation to that point. But then there was fingerprint evidence that linked Juana to at least 10 of the murders. She confessed to killing her latest victim, but denied any of the other ones. So she's like, yep, you got me. This one, I did. Those other ones, nothing to do with them. Which is weird, because I think most serial killers, and I could be wrong because I don't know a lot of them, but do they usually confess right away?
Some of them, there's been a few that got put on death row and have been put down.
Okay.
Like a dog.
For Jesus.
And to the day they died, they claimed innocence.
Really?
So there's some that either
just own up.
I mean, depending on what you want to believe, were innocent and they got put to death.
Interesting.
But I mean, the justice system in this country is pretty
great,
shoddy.
It's amazing. It's
don't come after us.
Yeah,
you're amazing.
For the government officials that listening to this, you are doing a phenomenal job. I am in no way displeased with the government.
Phenomenal job of eating my ass.
Hey, why is there a red dot on my chest?
No, I'm just saying, like there's some killers out there.
Sure.
That it's been proven that they committed the murders, but up to the day they died, they claimed innocence.
That's wild.
Or they'll be like, "Oh, well, if the killer did it, if I was the killer, this is how I did it."
And they're like, "Sir, that's exactly how it's done."
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm just that smart.
Ted Bundy.
Was that a thing? Oh, I can't wait to get into that one.
Yeah.
Do you think
I'll cover him eventually?
Do you think if the police force had been a little less dismissive, and if they had gotten the public involved with at least letting them know that yes, we have a serial killer,
I think it would have gotten.
Solved
it would have gotten done quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you have people who are vigilant. You have people who are...
Yeah, if you tell the people that there's a serial killer out there, they're going to watch their fucking grandparents.
Especially when it's, like, that targeted. If it was indiscriminate and,
even, okay, that's our third fucking old lady in, however long, maybe there's something going on. They're all killed the same way or something.
She died of natural causes. What were the causes? Bludgeoning to the head.
She died of COVID.
She died...
Her head's cut off.
Oh.
COVID.
COVID did it. Yeah, no, I think if they had just not been so dismissive of the initial facts, and if they weren't so keen on trying to blame anybody for it, just somebody to like try to quell down public outcry, then they would have solved it sooner.
So they'll be like, yeah, we solved it. But then what happens if the killing continues?
Yeah, then you've screwed yourself at that point. Like, I get it, right? Because no police force wants to make themselves seem like incompetent. And it's like, hey, we got the right person. Hey guys, we got the wrong person. Yep. I mean, listen, I can neither confirm nor deny. But so the trial, she was convicted in 2008.
Okay.
So 98 to 2006 is her ramp. And then
was there, so at the end, did she, a lot of male serial killers out there have a ramp up period right before they get caught? Or they'll kill like 5, 6, 7 in like a month.
Like back to back?
Yeah, they'll just keep going.
She had...
Like they're losing their minds and kind of going crazy. Like blood crazy.
It seems like her last ramp up, she had 3 back to back. Within like a 2-month time span, it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, that could be considered a ramp up.
And then she fucked up. Somebody saw her.
That'll get you.
That'll do it, man.
Should have put that luchador mask on.
Well, they would have recognized her. It's a famous luchador mask that you would have.
It'd been hilarious if I said it wrong and it sounded like way more American than it should. Should have put that luchador mask on. Luchador.
She was convicted in 2008 of 16 murders, although the prosecution believes that it's actually 40 or close to.
Ooh.
So these are just the ones that are known of. But there were so many that got dismissed as isolated incidents and were case closed that they kind of couldn't touch them again. And
a whole old folks' home died.
Just
they're like, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah,
natural causes.
Yeah, hi. We need to call in a epidemic here at the old nurse. Oh, what's happening? Head bludgeoning seems to be going around. Seems to be a bad case of it.
You heard? It's like the new whooping cough.
It's like the measles, but for the back of your head. She was. Yeah, I mean, she confessed, right, to a few of the murders. She denied involvement in a lot of the others. And, of course, the defense tried to paint her as somebody who was experiencing and dealing with trauma, which she was. Not sure if it excuses the murder of maybe up to 40 women, you know. Like, yeah, you can have a little bit of trauma. But, you know... It's like, sorry, Your Honor, I was girl bossing too hard.
Girl bossing?
Like, you know what? Vibes. You're free to go.
I get it.
Was it a Tuesday? Yes. Oh, the worst.
Go back to chilling.
Go get your girl dinner. Dude, I had a raccoon breakfast the other day.
What the fuck is that?
A raccoon breakfast?
You eating out of the trash now?
So a raccoon breakfast is where I eat only what I would normally find in a trash can as a raccoon. So I had a banana.
Rotten pizza.
I had old pizza.
A diaper.
I didn't eat a diaper. I thought about it. I had half a head of lettuce that was just in my fridge. I was like, I'm going to munch that down.
What the fuck?
And then I had a can of tuna. And I'm just eating this.
Okay, can of tuna, not bad. Whole head of lettuce, kind of weird.
Half a head of lettuce, thank you very much.
Okay, even weird.
Why...
Did you cut it up and make a salad?
No, I just raw dogged that shit over the fucking garbage can. I've never felt...
Fucking weird.
It was the best fucking... Cold coffee from the night before. It was so good.
Okay, cold coffee I could see, but...
You draw the line of the lettuce?
Just do something with it.
I did. I put it in my mouth and I ate it. It was delicious. It was so good. So the sentence. How many years do you think she got for these murders? Granted... Only 16 is what she confessed to. So 16 is...
Probably like 10 life sentences.
So you think about 160
the
years?
Possibility of parole.
So mind you, this is Mexico.
Oh. 4 years. Parole and 1 on good behavior.
So she was let go that weekend. No.
Oh, shit. I thought you were for real. I'm like, oh my God.
They're like, hey, stop that. She went, all right. That was it.
Stop that.
The judge really went, hey, come on now.
Hey.
Come on, stop. She was sentenced to 759 years in prison.
Oh.
However, under Mexican law, sentences generally run concurrently, so she's probably just going to serve a maximum of 60. So she's almost 20 years now that she's been in jail. So she's a third of the way through. No option for early parole.
How old is she?
She is... Let me go back and check to make sure I get her date right. She is currently 66. She was born December 27th, 1957. So mind you, she was almost 40 when she started her killings.
That's crazy. I was like, I mean, do you believe in the death penalty?
I do believe that certain crimes are inexcusable, yes. I do believe that there are certain things where...
Weed. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, it's reserved for child abusers,
Yeah.
jaywalkers, and people who talk in the theater.
And I'm sorry, but if you're in your 20s, like late 20s with a teenager, that's gross.
It's inexcusable. If you're mature for her, you're a frick.
Yeah, if you use that fucking verbiage,
if
that's
you have to use each is just a number or any of that,
or for her age,
for her,
fuck you.
Yeah.
Unsubscribe. I don't fucking care.
No. Even if you're using it the other way, where she's hot for her age.
She's what for her
Hot.
age?
For like an older woman. For an older woman.
For an older woman?
When referring to an older woman. Yeah, no, I'm not defending it the other way around. Hold on. Jesus.
I'm like, excuse me.
No.
Fuck.
No.
I'm over here, burn them to the fucking ground. You're like, you know what? If you say they're hot, it's whatever.
Let them cook. Like, no, Jesus. Stupid. So.
No, fuck them. That's crazy.
100%. 759 years in prison, only serving 60. Now, while she's incarcerated, because she's been there for a hot minute now, she's a gym instructor.
At the prison?
Yep.
Huh.
She got married and divorced while in prison.
Atta girl.
She's adapted very well to prison life, according to everybody.
She doesn't have to deal with like, oh wait, no, if in women's prison, there'd be a lot of older women there.
And a lot of...
their population just dwindled after she got there.
They're like, yeah, it's weird. Ever since she moved in, we've just had a lot of open cells lately. Like,
there's a lot of dying.
A lot of dying.
Old age, man.
It's all... Hey, did you know when you die from old age, the back of your head caves in?
She sees herself in the mirror.
She starts strangling herself. I've become the thing I hate. Hilarious.
I've lived long enough to become the villain.
Either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain type of fucking... That's funny. Yeah, but they attribute it to her psychopathy. Her detachment from the horrific acts that she created and committed. Like, they're like, oh, she has no remorse or regret for what she did, and she hasn't shown any. I don't know if that's a common thing in serial killers, being
decently common,
of just being so detached from their crimes.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like, I know Jeffrey Dahmer had to drink. He couldn't do it unless he was drunk.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. No reports of her being on drugs or doing anything like that, but she, again, it's almost like because of that luchador personality, she was able to separate herself from the killer, from the wrestler, and was just like a completely separate entity from who was committing the crimes. I see something stupid working its way into your mind.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It looks like you had a dumb joke, and I was waiting for it.
I didn't.
But she was just a manipulator her whole life, due to her trauma and her abuse. There's so much that happened at the beginning. We talked about that. And with her ramp up, do we think early childhood wise, if there was less of a stigma on mental health and she had gotten the help that she needed, do you think this is a thing that could have been avoided?
Yeah.
Or is it like one of those things where like she was always going to be
a
psychopath?
No.
And this was always going to be the result?
No, I think if she had gotten help and just had been, I mean, like a lot of serial killers, if someone was there that just gave them a little love, I think a little love would have gone a long way in a lot of serial killer cases when they were kids.
because most of this trauma, as we saw even with her, even with Ridgway, a lot of it stems from early childhood.
Yeah.
Leading into...
Because, like, Ridgway would wet the bed. Part of the
Oh, that was one of those.
triangle.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the McDonald's
Triad.
trifecta.
And, yeah, he'd wet the bed, and then his mom would, like, smack his dick around and throw him in the cold bath. And, yeah, she was weird and mean to him.
Well, I mean, Juana didn't exactly have a great mom either, with selling her and abusing her. She would end up... something I didn't really cover, that part of the trauma is that Juana ended up getting pregnant from this abuse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So... I don't think... I can't remember if it was that child or another one, but I don't think it lived very long. Her baby.
That's sad.
Which again, trauma on trauma.
Yeah.
Just causing somebody to kind of lash. But that was the Mataviejitas, the lady serial killer, the old lady serial killer of Mexico City. Ran for about, what would we say, 8 years.
Yeah. I'd never heard of that before. It was
I hadn't heard about it either. And which is weird. Well, if you think about it, listen, I get it. Because around the time that this was happening, it was when her ramp up was occurring. There was a big national event. You might have not heard of it. It was an isolated incident. But 9/11.
Holy fuck! Oh my! I was like, oh my god, something bad happened in Mexico that I don't know about. No.
It was. I mean, America decided to be dramatic and be like, "Ooh, look at us! We've got stuff going on." And so this didn't get a lot of news in the middle of its ramp or in the middle of its like peak.
Yeah.
You ever heard of 9/11?
Yeah, I watched it on TV.
Where were you during 9/11? Because you were 2 years younger than me.
I was in first or second grade. And
I was in third when it happened, so you would have had to have been in first.
Okay. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
First grade. I remember driving.
You were driving when you were in first
to
grade,
school.
dude?
No, my mom was driving, but we were listening to the radio, and it came over the radio that
Fuck, that's how we know we're old.
that the second, because we heard about the first one, and that's what we were listening to, and the second plane hit the second tower, and I remember my mom like smacked the steering wheel. She's like, "God fucking damn it!" So, I know she probably had to go to confession after that.
Oh, that's right, you're Catholic.
Yeah. I took the Lord's name in vain today, but I also watched 3,000
But I
people
also
die.
watched a plane hit a tower. Well, she didn't watch it; she heard it.
No, we watched the replay.
Oh.
That was all that was on the news for like months.
It's true. And I kept seeing it. I was like, "Fuck, another plane!" Didn't realize it was a replay.
Another one.
Another one.
And then the Pentagon. I don't know if I'm convinced that was a plane.
There's no shot. There's no way. There's that. God, now we're getting into conspiracies about the Pentagon. This
Hey, we're done with that. We're done with that topic. We can talk some conspiracies and let the people chill out with us for a bit.
I think octopus are aliens.
You think the octopus are aliens?
They're too smart, dude.
Oh, he can open a jar.
Yeah. You know who can't open a jar? Our kids. That octopus is by proxy smarter than most kids.
I think octopus have like a 10-year-old's comprehension or something.
Yeah. Their limbs are prehensile.
It's like dogs. The average adult dog has the comprehension of a 7-year-old.
No shit.
6 or 7-year-old.
It's the dumbest fucking 7-year-old.
That's why they're always fucking
Hyper.
happy and hyper and well.
Oh, also,
I mean, you've met my dog Frodo. He's
great.
He's not hyper at all.
No, I'd be pretty fucking stoked too if I lived with my best friend and didn't pay taxes. Yeah, that'd be the pretty fucking cool life.
Yeah, seriously.
But like, dude, you feed me, play with me, and I don't have any bills. Let's go.
We go on car rides all the time.
We go on car rides. Dude, you scratch my belly and let me sniff your butt sometimes? Dope.
Dope. Yeah, he's a good boy. I like him.
He's a very good boy. But that was a quick snippet of La Mataviejitas. I've got a couple other serial killers that I discovered from Mexico. I also have a couple more things that I want to talk about in Mexico, like Las Momias de Guanajuato, which are the mummies of Guanajuato. There's a whole like underground, kind of like the French catacombs.
The movie The Mummy.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser actually is Brendan Fraser.
He's from Mexico City.
He's actually Mexican. Brendan Fraser, if you ever hear this, I just want you to know you fucking shaped my childhood. You.
He shit on your childhood?
No, he shaped. I'm so
Oh.
sorry. Brendan Fraser, I love you. Please keep listening to this. Please don't go. You shaped my childhood. The Mummy.
Could you imagine?
George, imagine he hears it and
He
just
hears
ends
that
it.
and fuck you.
Oh my
click.
god, I would cry. I would cry.
You're
If
like,
I ever
"Fuck,
saw an
fuck, fuck,
interview and he's
fuck."
like, "Hey, has anybody ever said anything mean to you?" He's like, "Yeah, this one fucker on a podcast told me I shit on his child." George of the Jungle, Encino
Dude,
Man.
I love George of the Jungle. Mummy 2.
My mom and I still, whenever we look for each other in the store, when you like go different aisles, we do the parrot call, the toucan, dookie dookie. To
Oh
find each
my
other.
god, that's hilarious.
It's the best hearing that across.
I'll whistle. Or I'll be like, wife,
That's funny.
mom.
You know, every Mexican family has a different whistle to find themselves. That's how we don't get each other.
Did you see me just headbutt my fucking mic?
I watched you fucking eat it. I didn't want to say anything, but I watched you just straight
That's
up
funny.
get mouthed by that thing. You
I
good?
don't even know what happened.
I don't know either.
I was holding it and then my arm twitched. I'm like,
I saw the little spike where it hit on the.
it's probably my leg.
That's so funny.
My leg just decided to jump.
Oh. Did you hit yourself on the lips?
Like right here.
Oh. You want me to kiss it
I'll
better?
like mushroom stamp myself.
You
You
must-
want me to kiss it better?
It's
Anyway.
not. We're wearing socks. It's not wrong.
I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's not wrong for me.
I'm wearing Crocs.
Oh, got it.
They're like socks, but more comfy.
I'm not gonna shit talk Crocs just in case we get a sponsorship.
Dude,
from
I
them.
fucking love Crocs.
By the way, I was looking at the Hey Dudes.
They're comfy too.
They look cool, actually. I went to their website.
Have you seen mine? My fish ones
Yeah.
with like the rainbow.
I don't care for
trout,
those
like
ones, but they
trout.
have some boot ones.
Yeah,
that I
I
like.
don't fucking care for them either.
You're like,
You
oh,
said
fine, I'll go fuck
boot
myself.
one.
Yeah, like boots.
Oh yeah, cause you're Cholo. I wear hiking boots everywhere I go.
I don't. These aren't hiking boots. These are Nikes.
I'm just giving you shit.
And,
You wear the black tan pants.
oh shit! I am dressed like a goddamn.
Or you have a big old a button up where it's only the top two, and you're like,
I haven't worn a button up around you in a long time.
no. Last time you did, I told you to unbutton it to the top.
Yeah. That was
Then
like
you-
2 summers ago.
Then you never wore one again.
I was like, fuck that guy. Fucking hate this guy. Now look at us, inseparable.
Anytime I see him, I'm not gonna fucking wear a button-up fucking shirt. Stupid bitch.
Bitch, fucking. When you put on a wife beater with some stains on it, dumbass.
When I text you this morning, you're like, I'm here. Or no. It was when you pulled up to the house. Hang on. Oh yeah, you're like ETA 5 minutes. I'm like, it's GTA,
GTA
5,
5,
you dumb
dumbass.
fuck.
So fun. Well, I appreciate you and the audience deep diving a little bit into this fun little Mataviejitas. Of course, if you want to know more about their story, some of the details of the investigation, I urge and encourage everybody to search it up, look it up, get familiarized with it, and let us know your thoughts. But this has been Latinos Against Spooky Shit, Jonathan.
And Kellen over here just hanging out, listening.
Just vibing.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out, man.
Yeah. Thank you for everybody listening. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like. And,
Yeah, thanks for listening, especially if you got this far through the banter.
Yeah.
I think this is our fourth or fifth episode now.
This is
so
our 4th one now.
if you're still with us, awesome.
Yeah. Share it. Let
We have
people
some
know.
plans for the future. Pretty
Yes.
excited for.
Yeah. Kind of just to put it on the radar at this point in time, because this would release, if we keep the schedule going, this would release like mid-December.
If we keep the schedule
And I can cut
that
this
we
out.
have right now,
Yeah.
I don't have to cut it out.
Well, I'm going to cut out the silent.
So the 20th is Diatla or Dersh House.
Oh,
27th.
we're only in the first, second week of November.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know why I thought we
So
were
the
almost
20th is Dersh.
done. Okay.
27th is Dyatlov.
Okay.
The 4th would be this, unless we want to release it sooner so that people can actually hear this part.
That's the nice thing. We can pick and choose when we
Yeah.
release things.
And I mean, we could just release this as the second episode, like a
Yeah.
bonus episode or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So whatever works.
Either
But
one. But we've got some stuff planned. We've got merch. We've got a members.
Christmas special episode. It's gonna be
we're gonna give a Christmas special,
2 or 3 parts,
and not a Thanksgiving, and a New Year's special.
I still haven't decided if I want to release all 3 at the same time or one. I think I'll do one a week.
I think 1 a week leading through the New Year would be good.
Yeah,
so that'll be fun. But no, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Stay spooky.
Yeah, stay spooky. Stay safe. Just remember, there's feral people out in the woods. They'll take you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Go fuck yourselves.